podcast thingy. Okay, right, I'm Jan.
I'm Sharon.
And we're menopausal friends living here in France, and we plan to share with you our lives,
Loves.
and laughter, as the saying goes.
There's always lots of that.
We'll be discussing many subjects and also just being us. Enjoy!
Woohoo!
Okay, where was we? Shall I start again?
Yeah, start again.
Right, okay, we're still doing the 2 sets of questions. We sort of made it up as we went along in the end because we weren't doing as the cards say. We're doing, it's the icebreakers, and the other one is just telling a story of something in our lives, in case you didn't see part 1. And if not, why not? Go back and watch it. So,
listen to it.
Yes, that's it. You're part. I keep saying watch. Right. How did you celebrate your last birthday?
Oh, my last birthday, because I'm a Christmas baby, 27th of December, if you want to send me a card next year. This year now.
Yeah, this year.
Yes, I was with 2 of my kids and their partners in Derbyshire. So we were there over Christmas. So yeah, I celebrated my birthday there with
It's nice to be with your family.
Isla and Marley. Yeah, we spoke to Callum and Daisy as well on the phone. The kids said to me, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" And I said, "As little as possible," which is exactly what I did. Isla and Marley ended up going out to the sales in the end.
Oh, right.
But I didn't want to go. So I just lazed around, watched some... I didn't watch telly. I read some book, did some knitting. It was lovely.
Good.
Oh, I did have a tunis cake. We discussed tunis cakes here.
We did discuss that, didn't we?
Yeah, I had a tunis cake.
That was on a podcast. We discussed that, wasn't it? Yeah.
So very nice.
Good. My question now.
What one talent or skill you don't have but have always wanted?
I think that'll be playing an instrument. Yeah, probably piano or something. Always fancied. Not that I'd ever have a room for a piano. Otherwise, maybe guitar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you listened to Thierry recently, didn't you?
No, but he didn't actually play it. He was just showing us his guitar that he had made. But no, he's very good. So. Yeah, so that was it. I wouldn't do an instrument.
Play an instrument. Did you try any at school?
I need a recorder, but because I think I've said before, our parents couldn't afford to, because you had to pay for those lessons, didn't you, extra, and they couldn't really afford it. So I think recorder was the cheapest.
Yeah.
Shame really, because it was very squeaky.
Recorder, yeah.
All right, tell us a story about a time you or a friend were admitted to hospital.
Oh, okay. Accidentally or on purpose?
I don't suppose it matters, does it?
My first ever overnight in hospital. My cousin, 2 things. My cousin John was 5 years older than me. He's died now. We were playing outside my nan's house and he pushed me onto a windowsill and I cracked my head open.
What, as in being aggressive, or were you just playing, or...?
I don't know.
Oh.
Took that one to his grave. I don't know. I always blamed him, but yeah. My head was cut open. So I knocked on my nan's front door. My mum was in there and it was all blood and everything. And so I went up to the local hospital. I had 3 stitches. I think I've still got a little scar right there-ish on my hairline.
No, you're making it up. No,
Yeah.
I can't see it at the moment.
I might have dreamt it.
Anyway.
No, it did happen. That was my first ever hospital visit. My next one was when I was about 12, 13.
this is admitted. So you say you was in overnight with that?
No,
Oh.
no, I just got stitches. My first overnight one was I had very heavy periods, and if I was late, I used to faint.
Oh, right.
And there was a thing at school, because if I said, Miss, I need to go to the toilet, it's my period, it was always, someone go with Sharon, someone go, because I used to faint. So, yeah, me and my friend Sandy had only got to the classroom door and I fainted on a school parquet floor.
Oh.
Again, big egg on the back of my head. So, yeah, I got admitted then overnight for observation because they thought I might have concussion.
And that's not because of the sight of blood, is it? It's just because you lost so much, I suppose.
Yes.
Because you're very much into blood and stuff now.
Oh, no, it doesn't. It never did scare me
No.
or anything like that. No, it wasn't the sight of blood. It was just, probably as I stood up, everything went south and, passed out. Yeah.
Well, even I've not heard that story before.
Tell a story about the most extreme thing you've done to impress a crush. Oh, this one's good. Tell a story about the worst present you've ever received.
Oh, God.
You don't have to name names.
Thing is, if it was one of the worst presents, it's quite likely it's ended up in the charity shop. I haven't got it to remind me.
Didn't you get given bath stuff by a mutual friend?
Yes, that's quite recent, yes. Yeah, I wouldn't say... was it the worst?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, it's worse, but only for me, because if anybody buys me stuff for bath, there's no good, because obviously I haven't got a bath. And you can't really, like bath bombs or anything like that, you can't really put them in the shower. So it'd be a bit silly.
It would be.
So yeah, no, I suppose that probably is actually well remembered. I can't think of anything other than that. Yeah, I suppose the worst presents really are just anything that you end up never using, and it feels sad, doesn't it, that people have bought it for you. And I mean, there's some presents that you have that are there and they get used eventually. They're not used all the time, but some things are just never used.
Yeah, I suppose it's maybe from people who don't know you
exactly
that well.
Yeah. What was your most embarrassing moment?
I was probably about, say, late teens, maybe early 20s, and I used to go swimming a lot, and I was wearing a bikini, and there was this quite nice looking guy who was mopping on the side of the pool.
I don't remember this story.
This is a very old-fashioned Victorian swimming pool.
Yeah.
It's been Plumstead. And I remember swimming breaststroke, turning over, so I was swimming backstroke, looked up at the nice looking boy, and he was laughing, didn't know why, till I got to the other end and realised my bikini was now up at neck height.
I don't remember you telling me that. Oh no!
So I'd done the whole of the backstroke
With your boobs in the
with
air.
my boobs in the air. So at the time I was mortified.
I bet he dined on that for ages.
Yes. What's he smirking at? My boobs, apparently.
I like it's my turn
I think
now.
that's why I'm still anti-bikini. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Fly, I think.
You'd like to be a fly?
No, to fly.
Oh, right. I thought you were...
No, I'll get swatted in 2 seconds.
I
No.
was going to say, you've
I'd
got a long
I'd like
life.
to be able to fly. Yeah.
Do you fly in dreams?
Yeah, quite a lot. Yeah.
Just you, though, not in a helicopter or anything?
Yeah. I fly, and sometimes I sort of run in the air. Because nothing's touching the ground, just keep running.
Fantastic.
And one of the panics I have in a dream like that is that I find it really hard to stop as well. Yeah.
Oh, I've never, no.
Have you not? Tell a story about the best party you've ever been to.
Best party I've ever been to?
Yeah. Not the New Year's when you got drunk with your kids.
Well, it was great fun at the time. It's just I lost the next day completely.
Yeah, just it's not the best you've been to. Right.
I remember going to a weekender.
Oh, right.
Do you remember weekenders?
Yeah, I never went to one though, but yeah.
It was a soul weekender. It was my then boyfriend and all our friends from the football club he played for.
Mm.
And it was one of those things at a out of season holiday, like a Pontins or a Butlins. Yeah, that kind of thing. We stayed all weekend. So yeah, and there were like bands and discos and things like that. And I think I really liked it because I felt I was in with the in crowd.
Yeah.
And that was quite unusual for me. I was never
No,
one
I
of the
wouldn't have
trendy,
thought so.
fashionable people. But that weekend, I felt as if we were the
You were the cool
we were the
gang.
Cat's Whiskers. And other people were looking at us and wishing they were in our gang. They probably weren't, but I don't think I've ever felt that again.
Probably not. I can't imagine you would. You've not said it. Yeah.
I'm not that sort of person.
No.
I don't often like parties or things like that. Yeah. Tell a story about the scariest thing that's ever happened to you.
Well, I suppose that being told I had breast cancer is the scary thing, isn't it?
That's fairly scary. Yeah.
It's definitely the scariest, and going in to have the operations. In fact, going in to have the operation, and I think I said about it before, having the anaesthetic injections first was the worst bit.
Around the breast area. Yeah.
Definitely. It wasn't very nice. What's the sickest you've ever been?
I was quite an ill child, actually.
I
had lots of things when I was a child. So I had scarlet fever.
Oh,
I
is that similar to measles, isn't it?
Yeah, I had measles, German measles, chicken pox, scarlet fever, yellow jaundice. I was very ill with yellow jaundice.
Oh, that's usually something babies are born with, isn't it, jaundice?
No, I was 6 or 7. I can remember my mum having to carry me to the doctors, Dr. Bush, because I was that ill, and apparently the whites of my eyes were completely yellow. Yeah, so I was quite a sickly child in that.
Yeah,
seemed to get everything going.
You don't get ill that often now, really, do you?
No.
So perhaps that built your immune up.
Oh, maybe it did. Apart from that,
I mean, saying
vomity sick.
Yeah, does it mean vomity sick or does it mean ill sick?
Well, vomity sick. We've already discussed the New Year's Day I lost.
Yeah.
From having Jaeger bombs. I recently had a nasty ferry experience.
Yes, that Christmas trip. Yeah.
Yeah, involved in a burger. Yeah.
Right, that's enough talking about vomit. My turn.
Didn't we just have that already? Oh, no. Perhaps it was unusual. What's the most disgusting thing you've ever eaten?
To be honest, I would say something like oyster, because I do find that.
Oh, right.
The whole texture a bit. That's as near as I can think of as disgusting.
Oysters is a kind of love or hate thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I think I read recently somebody said, who was the first person to open that shell and decide that lump of snot might be worth eating?
Yeah. I think Billy Connolly talks about it, doesn't he? Why? Who did this? But you could say that for a lot of stuff, isn't it? Who started that? I wonder how many people died just by trying, if you could eat things.
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, that's how people worked out what was poisonous and what
Yeah, we
wasn't.
won't eat that. Looking at someone dead on the floor.
Not what Fred did yesterday.
Yeah. Tell a story about a band you were obsessed with when you were younger.
When I was younger rather than now.
Yeah.
I'm still a bit obsessed with Elbow, aren't
Yeah.
I? I'm going to see Elbow again this year. For about the 5th or 6th time. When I was younger...
You wasn't really into the same sort of thing as I was you?
No, I mean, I did the Donny Osmond
you did.
thing.
Would you say you was obsessed with him, though?
Well, yes, I did consider becoming a Mormon.
That's right. I would call that an obsession, yes.
So I thought, I wonder how easy it is to become a Mormon. I don't know where I thought I was going to run into him.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Donna. Yeah, I'm a Mormon too.
And then he'd go, yeah, I'll walk off.
Yeah.
So that's it, really.
Apart from
was
Guy
Donny,
Garvey,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Guy Garvey's in your older years.
Don't pick me. Tell a story about someone you know who has a strange habit. You can pick me.
Oh, and this person's very unlikely to be listening to this, but I always remember we had a guest stay next door, and she did when she was talking to us, and I can't remember. I think she licked. It's like almost like a nervous tick, but she used to lick her fingers or her thumb, and then wipe it on the palm of her hand. And every time I was talking to her, I was almost waiting for it, and I thought that was a really strange. It's like a tick, isn't it?
I wonder if she's even aware she does it.
Maybe not. But yeah, so it was definitely. I'm sure it was like that. And as she was talking, then strange.
Yeah,
That is definitely a strange one.
That is strange.
Yeah. What was the last thing you bought for yourself, just for fun?
Just for fun. I did buy myself a second Udi, didn't I?
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, when you was talking on
I went shopping with
Shopping
you and Flo
with them,
again.
yeah.
Is that fun? Or is that just because it's nice and warm? I mean, I do like a charity shop buy. I bought myself a nice watercolour over Christmas.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. It looks a bit like the other two I have in the living room,
All right.
but smaller. So, yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, what would you call fun? Are they too practical?
I don't know.
I've got 3 Hotty Wotty Botties now.
Oh, have you?
They're fun.
I could say they're fun.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you've not bought anything crafty or...
Not recently. I do have my house collection as well.
Your house... Oh, yes, you have your house collection, yeah. But
Collection of very small houses.
have you bought any yourself?
Recently, I haven't, no.
Yeah, so what was the last... So it could be ages ago, actually, saying it, because it's what was the last thing you bought for yourself for fun?
Piece of art
Probably
or an ornament.
a gadget or something. No?
I did buy myself some bamboo socks yesterday.
Okay, we'll say that's fun.
Ooh. If you could physically transport yourself to any place in the world at the moment, where would you go?
Well, that would obviously be to the UK to see the kids, because I haven't seen them. Well, obviously I saw Stacey and Chris in September and the girls, but I haven't seen the others since November before last.
Oh.
I think it was November, it might have been December. So it was over a year, yeah. So yes, that's where I would go right now.
And maybe somewhere where you could see them all at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is the thing when you've got so many children, is getting them all together is the problem. But that would be ideal. Tell a story about the sneakiest thing you've ever done.
Sneaky. Well, I did surprise Fee, didn't I,
Yes.
last August?
God, was that August?
Yeah.
God, yeah.
It was Fee's 30th birthday, and I secretly planned to surprise them. So I booked the flight and everything. I spoke to their partner, and we pulled it off between us, me and Flo. It was quite difficult. Flo kept sneaking off to strange places in their flat to have conversations.
Oh, with you, yeah.
Well, the worst one was because Flo said, "Oh, I'll book you like an Uber from the airport to bring you here," because I was going to get the bus. Quite late night by then. And there was a bit of confusion over which one was mine, and eventually, and I was trying to swap my SIM cards over because I used to use a separate one in England. But in the end, I found the guy, and he started to take me on the journey. And I explained to him what was happening, and he was like, "I wondered why she was whispering to me." He said, "I kept saying to her, 'Speak up, speak up,' because this poor Flo whispering in the bathroom." And it was about 11:30 when I got there eventually. Fee had gone to bed, and Flo said, I think a parcel's been delivered to next door. I'm just going to go down and get it." So she met me at the door of
like
there,
the foyer,
and took me upstairs. And obviously Fee was in bed, and Flo said, "Oh, do you want to see this parcel I've got?" And she went, "Oh, no, all right then." Put on the light, and there I was. Woo! They were genuinely surprised, and that was lovely. Yeah,
I do like to surprise people myself.
Yeah, that was really good. Oh, Jan, what 5 things would you have liked to have achieved by the time you're 70?
Oh, God.
In other words, what 5 things would you like to achieve in the next 5 years?
Yeah.
70 just sounds really old.
It does, doesn't it?
I don't think 60 felt as old.
No, that's what I'm saying. Since I turned 60, it all just feels really old. Anyway, there's quite a lot. We've obviously done the bucket list recently, and there's quite a few things on there I wanted to do. There was zip wire and the luge thing to get like toboggan.
Yes.
Obviously, I'd like to do this and do the trip on the long train trip, all that sort of thing. So the list is endless. So if you want to know any more, you need to listen to our bucket list podcast.
Well, the fact that it's 70 though.
By 70, it's to fit it in 5 years.
That's scary, isn't it, to realise how little time we've got until we're really old ladies.
But it's all feasible in that time scale.
Yes, it is.
So far, it's just a case of getting Duncan to take time out to do it is the thing. That's the downside of having someone who's younger than you and has to work. But it also helps to pay for what I want to do.
I was going to say, you also benefit from the fruits of his labour.
Yeah. Right, my turn on... If you owned a store, what would you sell?
Oh, what would I sell? I think I'd like a bookshop.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
I think that'd be quite fun. That'd be quite relaxing, wouldn't it? It's not going to be a big noisy shop, is it?
See, I'd probably fall asleep all the time.
Well, I'd sit and read books.
Well, that's what I mean. I'd read a page and be asleep. I hope it's at reading.
They'll come in to buy a book and there's you fast asleep in the corner. So that'd be
comes
nice.
in and says, "If you got any books that might help you go to sleep."
Try this one.
Yeah.
Failing that, a craft store would be nice, wouldn't it? I always liked it when we used to go to that store in Goron that closed.
Yeah.
And the ladies were always behind the counter
doing their crafting,
doing the knitting and whatever.
Yeah,
and I think, what I wouldn't have is a chocolate shop. Can you imagine?
If you had a chocolate shop, you'd be in there, stuck in there forever because you wouldn't get through the door.
I'd just eat the stock, wouldn't I?
Again, it might cure you from chocolate. You never know. You might just get fed up with it.
It'll take a while. What's the best bargain you've ever found?
Oh, gold. Again, there's numerous. But I've always said it was my coat, actually. Because I bought that quite a few years ago now. It's still going strong, still keeping me warm. It was in the sale. So to me, that's a bargain. If I've got so much use out of it for a good price. Yeah, it's my sort of like a Parker coat.
Yes.
You know, a lot of... I mean, I'm wearing it a lot in the winter videos, obviously. So, yeah, we'll go with that.
That's your bargain.
That was my bargain.
Yeah, fabulous.
Oh, yeah, that was another one for you. Tell a story about the most expensive thing you've ever bought.
Ooh. Houses aside.
Houses to one side.
Houses and cars. That's boring, isn't it? I've never been into really expensive things. It's not as if I buy expensive jewellery or anything like that.
No.
When I was earning good money, I did buy, again, it was a coat. Wish I'd kept it. But
What sort of coat was that?
oh, it was from Monsoon.
Oh, expensive shop, yes.
Yeah, this is when I was earning mega money mega for me, in Southend. And it was like a tweedy purple and pink woven, like a wool coat.
I know the sort, yeah.
It was beautiful, but it was a size 18, and of course then when I lost weight I got rid of it. It would bloody fit me now, wouldn't it? And that was about 150 quid. I think that's the most I've ever spent on an item of clothing. 2008.
150, yeah. Good. I think even now I'd find it hard to spend 150, so yeah, that was quite good.
Yeah. Apart from that holiday, I suppose.
Yeah.
I took the kids to New York, so me and the 3 kids went to New York. We stayed in a nice hotel in 7th or 6th Avenue. Yeah, so that was expensive as well.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, it's good.
Right, so...
But no, I've never done big gold jewellery or anything like that.
Yeah, that's not... I mean, when I was younger I might have done, but wouldn't now.
No. Tell a story about your first job. Did you have a Saturday job?
Yeah, that was my Woolworths job.
Oh, Woolies.
Unless you count my paper round.
You had a paper round as
I did, yeah. Just thinking of that now. I didn't remember that when we had this discussion before. Yeah, I had a paper round.
Which paper?
I don't know what, in a sadistic sort of way, I quite enjoyed it. I didn't do it for very long, but I did quite enjoy it. It was quite hard work lugging those papers round and then go back and get another bag. And so
they have little trolleys now, don't they?
Probably, yeah. No, it was just a big bag when I did it, and I think it probably wasn't. Although I was younger, so I could probably cope with it. But I can't even remember how much I got for that. But I always remember being scared at certain houses, like a lot of people are, with the dogs barking. And some houses you never knew whether you could put the paper through the letterbox or not, because they thought the dog's gonna. Because some of them, the dogs were so like bark, and then they'd rip it out of your hand when you put it through, and I'd go away thinking, oh, I shouldn't have put it through there. That dog's gonna rip that paper to shreds. Me and my conscience, like as if it's my fault.
I think the debate between post boxes and letterboxes, one we haven't had yet. Because obviously in France here we have
post boxes.
Post boxes, and they do in America. Because you look at front doors in other countries and you think there's no letterbox.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's just a UK thing, is it, letterboxes?
I don't know, actually.
It's not even a box. I don't know why we call it a box.
I have seen, I suppose it depends on where people live, but I have seen films, if you like, where people live in apartments or in flats or high-rise or whatever, and they've got letterboxes.
Why do they call them boxes? Because they're not boxes.
They're not.
They're
Although
just a
sometimes
hole.
they have a box on the back, don't they?
Just a hole in a door.
Yeah. Yeah, don't call them post holes, do they? Point.
Put it in my post hole.
Oh.
I heard recently the Woolies might be making a comeback.
Joking. Woolworths coming back? What's the skill you're most proud of?
It's not my cooking, Jan, is it? Have I got any skills? I don't know. I mean, I'll do. I wouldn't say that.
You're trying, but you can write.
I'm quite good at. See, that's a lost. I'm quite good at writing on whiteboards, on flip chart paper. Do you remember when you always wanted to, like, you'd be on a course and they'd want to volunteer to write on the flip chart?
Yeah,
that was me. Nice, neat writing. It's because I was.
There you go. You have neat writing.
Yes, I can knit. I can cuddle. I'm a good cuddler. Is that a skill?
Patience.
Am I patient?
Is that a trait rather than a skill? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, perhaps I have more traits than skills. I don't know. I get by in life.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Sleeping.
There you go. See? Everybody's got something.
I need help with that.
Yeah.
Take things to get me to sleep.
Yeah. You have the skill of falling asleep half sitting up in bed, as Duncan and I witnessed on holiday, where you was half sat up watching a film and fell asleep upright with the phone in front of you. That was amazing.
Oh dear.
I think we should have filmed that ourselves to show you.
You should have done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is deep. If there was one thing in your past you could go back and change, what would it be?
That would just be probably paying more attention in class. But then again, I don't know if I would have. I don't know, I didn't have the attention span. I think that was the problem. I suppose I probably still haven't got as much of attention span now. But there's certain things like the maths and the French and things like that I wish I'd paid more attention to. So I don't think it was really that I wasn't paying attention. I think it was just I just can't absorb it. As I say to you, when I'm reading, I can't always take it in.
But people learn in different ways, don't they? You're quite a practical learner.
Exactly, which is why I think I always liked the art and the crafts and that sort of stuff. And I was quite good at some of the sports I did, mainly because I was tall. But other than that, I could have done better. That's probably what was always at the bottom of my report. Janet could have done better.
Mine was always Sharon never stops talking.
I very rarely got caught talking, I must admit. Or but it was me and my friend would get the blame for another group or something. Tell a story about your most useless impulse buy. It's bound to have been a couple of things you've bought that have broken in no time or something. Or
I don't know if it was an impulse. I can think of something I thought I needed and wish I probably hadn't bothered.
Yeah.
And it's that laptop I bought.
Oh, right.
So I thought I needed.
Well, it's not really useless, but...
Well, I don't use it though.
No.
I've got so used to doing everything on my phone, and then I thought, I can afford to go back and have a laptop now because I hadn't had one for a few years. So I'll use that and do less on my phone, but I don't. I very rarely get it out.
I'm surprised because I much prefer to work a lot of stuff on the computer screen than I do on my phone.
Yeah.
And I've got a bigger phone than you've got. So.
Oh, don't need your phone.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was something else now as well.
Oh, what was that?
Well, I bought the wrong thing. I was trying to buy another FreeSat box for my telly, and I wanted a recordable one.
Oh, yes.
And I bought the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And I bought an aerial one instead of a satellite one.
Who's your favourite Muppet?
Oh my God. I used to like the Swedish Cook.
I was just thinking that myself.
Just the whole hurdy-gurdy-birdie, a hurdy,
Yeah.
a hurdy-birdie.
Yeah.
And the bear who used to tell very bad jokes. What was his name? I think he wanted to be a comedian.
Oh, he had the hat on.
Yes.
Yes, the straw hat on.
Yeah. Fozzie Bear.
Oh, yes.
There he is,
Yes. Yep.
Fozzie Bear. The greatest and only stand-up bear in show business. So Fozzie, or the Swedish cook.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the most memorable class you've ever taken?
So memorable, I can't remember. I'm not sure that any of them stood out that much, but I did, when I think of classes, for some reason I always think about the Macatong class I took when I was training within working in the nursery.
All right.
It's basically Macatong sign language.
Oh, right.
But
Yes.
it's quite sadly, I don't remember it now. I don't remember what the signs are or anything. Whether it would come back to me if someone started talking about it, I don't know. But I just felt it was a good skill to have.
Yes.
It's just a shame I lost it.
Yeah.
Tell a story about the worst meal you've ever had.
I mean, I eat most things, don't I? Are there any cherry or almond meals I've had? I was just trying to think of, is there anywhere I've gone to someone's house and they've given me something I hate and I've ate it out of politeness. But
What about when you've been on a holiday or anything?
when did I discover I didn't like cherries and almonds? There must have been.
It was probably that meal was probably the one you're trying to think
Yeah.
of. I can't remember what did it now. What started?
Christmas cake, I can think.
Might have been
Christmas
with the
cake
marzipan.
or a wedding cake
Mm.
with marzipan in it.
But it's hardly a worst
not-
meal, is it?
No.
I think it's safe to say you haven't really had a worst meal.
I eat most things, don't I?
What about when we tried tripe?
Oh, yes. I thought of that just now.
Yeah.
We went to...
At
it's
the
tripe
Red House.
season now, isn't it? I think.
Yes, it must be because it's coming up to that meal time again, I think.
Mm.
There you go, tripe.
Oh, tell a story about a dating mishap. Any dating mishaps?
The only one I can think of actually was I was on a date with my ex and we were dancing. It's not really a mishap, but we were dancing and someone was standing behind my ex who was dancing and he's trying to get his attention. And I said to him, "That bloke wants your attention," and because he turned around, he got a punch straight in the face. So, we'll call it a mishap, but it wasn't the most pleasant thing.
Oh, dear.
Because a fight incurred. What do you order when you order Chinese food?
Oh, it used to be the same thing every time. Chicken chow mein.
Mm.
Love a chicken chow mein.
Yeah. That's the noodle one, isn't it?
Yes. In my favourite Chinese, which is near where I grew up, and we always went there from... I think it was probably one of my first takeaway experiences. Quite young.
Yeah.
They used to do a piece of chicken chow mein.
A what?
Piece of chicken, rather than the shredded chicken
right,
in
yeah.
the chow mein. You'd get like a chicken breast or a chicken leg. It was so crispy. It was lovely with the chow mein.
Yeah.
Tell a story about your first holiday abroad.
Probably France.
Mm.
When my dad was really keen to take us all there and we all piled into the Rover estate. Drove down nearly 24 hours to get there. So it's always been a memory because I know my dad was so thrilled to take us abroad, even though it wasn't far.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Where did you drive to then?
Saint-Tropez.
Oh, wow.
Well, near Saint-Tropez. It was
It's a long drive.
Grimaud.
Grimaud, yeah. That's a long
Yeah.
drive.
Was.
Yeah.
We stopped a few times en route, but we didn't stay anywhere. We just paused and carried on. So it was a long old drive. And I had baby as well at the time. How we did that, I'll never know. Tell a story about a memorable New Year's Eve.
Do you want me to tell that one again?
If you haven't got another one, yeah.
Well, I'm sure I've said this before as well, when I was a child, we always used to spend New Year's Eve at my nan's brother's.
Mm.
Uncle Fred and Auntie Lil Ann.
Lil Ann.
Lil Ann.
Oh,
I
Lil
think
Ann.
that's because we had two Auntie Lils.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So you had to use her middle name.
Yeah, so she was Auntie Lil Ann. And it was their wedding anniversary on New Year's Eve, so we always used to have a little family get-together.
Yeah.
And they lived in a modern... because I grew up in like a Victorian house, terraced house. They lived in a modern flat
Oh, I say.
with a balcony. And it was great because they were quite near the Thames. And at midnight we used to go out on the balcony and everyone was like, Happy New Year, Happy New Year.
Oh, right,
and you
yeah.
could always hear the foghorns. They used to...
Oh,
put
right,
the
with the
horns
ferries and
on.
the boats and that,
Yeah, at midnight. That was always cool. We did the Millennium
Millennium.
at my
Yeah.
Auntie Sue's. Yeah. So, three of my kids. So my kids were 4, 6 and 9, 4,
Right.
7 and 9 on the millennium. So we were down Auntie Sue's. Auntie Sue's spreads were infamous.
Oh, was this the same aunt that used to do the frozen foods?
Yeah,
and,
well, it was always, she was
curly
big
sandwiches.
Curly sandwiches. They'd always been on the table.
Since the day before or something, yeah.
And she always used to forget to get the Iceland frozen gatto out of the fridge, out the freezer.
You'd think she'd have learned after 1 or 2 years, wouldn't you?
No. And there was that thing around the millennium, wasn't there, about whether the whole...
She's trying to say millennium.
I can't say it, it's millennium. About whether all the computers were going to crash and all that. So I remember getting some cash out, just in case.
Yeah.
And I bought extra toilet rolls. Like the English always do in a crisis, apparently.
Yeah.
And we went down to Auntie Sue's, and she had... Oh, that's the other thing. That's the first time I'd had an Alka-Pop. You know that...
What? How old was you then? You must say you was obviously... You got kids, didn't you?
Mid-30s.
So... All right.
I think they were more fashionable for the generation below me. So that kind of Bacardi Breezers and Wickeds and things like that. So the first time I'd had... First time I'd had one of those. And Uncle Dave, Auntie Sue's husband, had paid a small fortune for a special millennium firework.
Right.
And we all went out in their back garden, and it just sort of went... It's over. It just kind of went up just in the air. We're like, okay, is that...
I know the sort, yeah.
Is that what's going to happen? So then we went out in the street, and we could hear the fireworks all across London and everything. So, I think that might have been Auntie Sue's last party as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's one thing you've always wanted to do but never have?
Oh, again, we talked a lot in our bucket lists, didn't we? Yeah, write a novel. They always say everyone's got one novel in them, don't they?
Apparently, yeah. I'm not sure I have.
Yeah, what was the exact wording again?
What's one thing you've always wanted to do but never have?
I suppose that's it.
Write a novel.
Write a novel. Tell a story about your oddest celebrity crush.
Why would there be an oddest one? That's weird, isn't it?
Unless it was an odd-looking person, or... I did go with a guy once because I liked the way he changed gear. It was like about second to third.
Oh my God. I can't really even work that one out.
You're quite traditional in your celebrity crushes.
Yeah.
How they look. And
I can remember at one point, because within the Osmonds, there was one of the older brothers, and I always remember quite liking something about, I can't remember his blooming name now. Was it begin with O?
Not Osmond begins with O.
No, but the one I thought one of their
think.
first names began with O.
Hang on, I'm googling the Osmonds. Alan, Wayne, Meryl, Jay, and Donny.
I think he was either the eldest or second eldest anyway. And I remember I liked him, but I don't think many other people did. And I always remember thinking that at the time.
Oh, bless. I really think Donny is a couple of years old. Donny's your age then, probably.
Yeah.
So he's 65. So they're in their 70s, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it might have been him I was thinking of at the time. But it's silly, really, because they're all basically the same, aren't they?
Very alike.
Yeah,
they are very alike facially. Yeah.
Tell a story about a time you or someone you know sent a text to the wrong person.
Oh my God. I do know a story like that. Ruined Christmas.
Rude Christmas?
Ruined Christmas.
Ruined. Oh, really?
I remember my friend Jackie, God rest her soul, came round. I think it was probably my birthday. She came round and she went, "You won't believe what I did over Christmas." So what happened? She'd asked another mutual friend to make her a pair of curtains.
Right.
And they were quite nice, but they were quite sheer linen curtains, and they probably weren't Jackie's taste.
Right.
And her Auntie Betty, they were very close, were exchanging text messages about these curtains.
Yeah.
Jackie said, "To me they look like a load of old dishcloths."
Right.
And she sent it to the woman who made them for her.
Oh dear.
As soon as she realised her mistake, she sent another message saying, "I'm really sorry, I sent you this by mistake. It was meant as a joke with me and my Auntie Betty."
Yeah.
And the the woman said, "Oh, it's all right, I hadn't read it," but Jackie was convinced she had. This was pre-smartphone, so you couldn't really tell. And I think this had happened just before Christmas, and Jackie had been consumed with guilt.
But how did
all
she know
over
she was
Christmas.
talking about the curtains?
I don't know.
Because she could have made it up and said it was something else
Yeah.
they were talking about.
Jackie was a very honest person. But yeah, that's what she did.
Oh dear.
Oh, what's the most violent action you've ever performed? Have you ever done anything violent, Jan? I mean, you know I've killed people.
To be honest, it's probably just when we were destroying walls in this house.
Oh,
It's
that's satisfying.
It was, yeah, and just knocking walls down in here.
Where did you knock a wall down then?
Well, where the bedroom walls are, they were all really old lath and plaster type walls, so they all had to be knocked out, knocked down, and
It's very
because
satisfying.
that's around that time that I fell through the floor, wasn't it?
Did you fall through the floor?
I did, yes.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. Well, Duncan was behind me, and I was reaching over trying to knock this down, and I've managed to place myself on this dodgy floor, and I went straight to him. It's only my elbows that stopped me. But Duncan was going, oh my God, are you all right? Are you all right?
Were
And
you
I
just
just
dangling?
laughed, and I said, yeah, I'm fine. And we both just laughed about it after.
Were you dangling?
Yeah, it was like one of those sketches. Yeah.
I'd love to do something like that.
If I did it now, I'd probably do myself a real damage. But I mean, this is like 10 years ago, isn't it? I was slightly fitter, but yeah.
Never punched anybody.
No, I don't think I have. I think that's why I've always had this urge that I really want to slap someone round the face. Perhaps I should have put that on my bucket list. Yeah.
Just a stranger.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. No, I've always wanted the satisfaction of doing that. I'd give someone a punch or someone a slap.
Yeah.
I watch it sometimes the people on TV and I think, oh, how satisfying must that be?
I think punching really hurts the person.
Oh, it does. It hurts
Yeah.
your wrist and that, doesn't it? That's why I say you got to do it right, haven't you?
I know, and I never remember if they say keep your thumb in or your thumb out.
I thought it was in, but there's something about that I thought was wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, if anybody out there is used to punching people, let us know how to do it correctly.
Just so we know.
Who's your favourite TV detective?
Oh, TV detective. I mean, like traditional ones. I like Agatha Christie, the Miss Marple. She was so unassuming, and now I'm getting towards that age. You can see how you can get away with things because people never
Think you're a little old lady that wouldn't do
Yes.
it. Yeah, like when we was talking about smuggling. Yeah, go on.
Yes, yeah, I'll stand by that. I went through a Swedish crime obsession. So The Bridge was one of my favourites. So I can't remember her name.
No, exactly. You wouldn't know the name of this detective, would you?
No, the Swedish woman who investigated in The Bridge.
Yeah.
She was very good. Sherlock Holmes, obviously. Only in the form of Benedict Cumberbatch.
I've liked most. There's been a few that
Good
I've
detectives. Yeah. Oh, there was a very good series. The name of the Nicola something her name is. The Unforgotten. It was a really good series, and she was the main detective. And they used to do cold cases. And the other guy was Sanjeev. They bloody killed her. They killed her off. I was devastated. And I think they've done a new series without her, but with him.
I thought you were going to say done new series and dug her up.
She is now the Unforgotten. Is it Unforgotten? Nicola Walker. And Sanjeev Bhaskar. Oh, and it was just, very, very, very sympathetically done, because obviously, they're going, obviously, sometimes they found a body that the person's been dead 20, 30 years, and they're trying to find out what happened at that time, and Oh, I know the answer to this one. Right, do you prefer baths or showers?
Showers next.
Do you want to explain that you've got stuck in a bath a couple of times?
Oh God, yeah.
And that put you off as well.
Well, yeah. I mean,
didn't it?
that's the point. If I had a bath, it might be different. But because I haven't bathed since we've moved here, I've always had showers. I'm sure it's that. That's why my stomach muscles aren't very good, and I can't pull myself out And we've been on holiday before now, and I haven't had a shower, and I've had to have a bath, and I've had to call Duncan in to come and get me out. Because I've gone on the side and my arms give way, and I've slipped, and I ended up sitting in the bath crying because I was so frustrated with myself that I couldn't get out of a bath.
See, I don't pull myself up like that. I turn round on my knees, so like I'm on my own.
I tried that, but I just kept doing that. You know, you slip in the water.
You were sloshing.
Yeah, it's like you're on a toboggan, isn't it? Or not? No, the water chutes, and you slip around like that.
Oh, bless you.
So I think we went. We've stayed somewhere and they've had the handrails on there, and I think, oh, this is really old lady. But that has helped a bit. But my stomach muscles are still rubbish.
That doesn't help your back either, you know. Callum was telling me this the other day. You should build up your stomach muscles.
Oh, I know. It's all part of your core, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell a story about a smell you can't stand.
Oh, well, this is well-known knowledge, isn't it?
Well, it is amongst us.
Almonds. Not actual almonds. I can eat all, just about but the smell of marzipan or almonds in the form of marzipan will make me heave. It's awful.
Yeah, I think would agree with that if I was my younger self, but it's one of those things I've developed a like for.
And glacé cherries. That's why a bakewell tart
is a no-no.
Is my room 101.
Yeah.
If you wanted to talk to me to get information out of me, make me eat a bakewell tart. Tell you anything.
I think if we did a podcast of 101, there's always a limit to how many you do, isn't there? But I think it would.
It's a good idea.
That would definitely be there, but it's a thought.
We should definitely
Let us know if you'd like us to do a room 101. But it'd be very short though, wouldn't it? Because we'd be sitting here moaning about loads of stuff, wouldn't we, if we kept it out for the whole podcast? What is the strongest craving you get?
Oh, chocolate.
Chocolate.
It's specifically dairy milk. Chocolate, which I can't get in France.
Which is probably why you crave it more.
Yes. Yeah, I think that would be it. I never crave alcohol. Take it or leave it, to be honest. Coffee. I find it very difficult to get going without coffee in the morning. So if there was no coffee in the house, I would be...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't just make do with any other hot drink?
It'd have to be very caffeinated.
I must admit, I tried some decaf coffee in our coffee maker yesterday, and it was absolutely disgusting.
Oh.
No flavour. Didn't like it at all.
Oh, tell a story about a time you won something. That 45 million euro lottery you haven't been letting on.
Kept a secret. Yeah. I won a few things over the years. I just can't think. The most recent one was last Christmas. We kept winning, didn't we?
Yes.
We won a hamper at the Christmas fair, and then we ran a basket of stuff from Natty and Leon's grandchildren's school raffle.
And the go-karting.
Oh, one that I did actually win was a posh calligraphy set.
Oh.
In a nice wooden box and that, and I've never used it. But it was a nice thing to win.
I can imagine you being good at calligraphy.
Well, I was, but I don't know what it is. I think what I'd done when I was doing my own calligraphy, it was, I don't know whether there were different pens or what, but this one in this set, it was the proper ones with the wooden handle, and you had to attach the nib to the... I just couldn't get my head around it. But I'd quite enjoyed doing the writing for a long time. But again, it's that... got out of the habit of writing, so that's also gone by the wayside as well. So, once again, computers have made us lazy.
Writing hurts my hands these days.
Yeah, it does with me if I do it too long. Tell a story about a cooking disaster you've experienced.
It's going to be a queue now, isn't there? I've burnt rice a few times.
Have you?
Yeah. I tried to make my husband at the time a cake for his birthday.
Don't tell me you burnt that.
No, I didn't buy it. Burnt it. Didn't burn it, but it wasn't cooked in the middle. So when I picked it out, the middle slopped out, and I just had a donut. So we decorated a donut for him for his birthday.
How many cakes had you cooked before that one?
That might have been my one and only cake. I've done a couple since.
Because you have to. That's the thing. Even one I did recently, you have to sort of prod it and that, and if it's still shaking in the middle, and put it back in again. But yeah.
I cooked pizza for the kids once as well.
Mm.
I put the pizzas in and there was this horrific smell, and I'd left the polystyrene on the bottom, which I was now cooking in the oven.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right.
Plenty of those to go round.
Yeah, enough of those disasters.
Oh, you won't like this. It's got death in it.
Okay.
Your death.
Okay.
I think we've done this one before. If you could choose the last thing you see before you die, what would it be?
Yeah, I remember doing this one before.
Yeah.
And that was the same as it is now. Well, I'd want everybody to be in the same room so I could say I would see everybody, because it's hard to choose someone, isn't it?
With your family around you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'd have to say, really, my family. So I couldn't pinpoint anybody particular. That wouldn't be fair.
No.
No. What's the longest you've gone without sleep?
Yeah, I'm not very good without sleep, as we all know. Probably when I had my son, my oldest. So I went into labour kind of 10 o'clock at night and had him in the early hours, 6:30 the following morning. And then I didn't go to sleep all that day. So I kind of did 24 hours with no sleep.
And you were probably on a bit of adrenaline.
I was going to say, I didn't feel that tired. Because it was,
just
got all sorts of things
down the line.
I mean, Mac had to go to bed. He was exhausted from watching.
Someone had to get some sleep. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think that's the longest I went. Yeah, the other two not so much because of their circumstances, but yeah, definitely Callum's.
And you probably learnt anyway from the first time.
Are you a morning or night person, or a middle of the day? Some people are middle of the day people.
Yeah, I think I am, because night time I tend to want to go to sleep, and morning it takes me a while to wake up. So yeah, I'd say I'm more middle-ish.
Yeah.
I'm not too bad in the morning, if that's what they're getting at, because some people just are grumpy and horrible in the morning.
I don't know.
I'm not really grumpy, but I do like to be left quietly, to just get up, have my coffee, sit quietly, and then I'm raring then to go and do what I've got to do. But yeah, I can't have someone start talking at me first thing in the morning. Just like, leave me alone. Let me just wake up.
I don't get that luxury.
Not with the cats, no.
2 cats.
Tell us a quirky habit of yours.
Oh, which one would you like?
Is it quirky though?
I think my lists are weird.
Yeah, it's quite quirky.
Yeah, the amount of lists I have saved in my phone.
And some of those lists are more quirky than others.
Yes,
Yeah.
like certain football teams.
If you want to know about Sharon's lists, obviously you need to see a recent podcast as well. I think it was called Lists, wasn't it?
Well, it's when we did our bucket list, but we spent a long time looking at the list. You were bemused by the lists I had in my phone.
Well, because I knew some were there, but there was some you'd kept secret. Tell a story about the most spontaneous thing you've ever done.
Oh, again, not particularly spontaneous.
Yeah, you're not very spontaneous, I don't think.
I went to Egypt for a week with a guy I'd only been going out with for a couple of months.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, we hadn't been going out. We hadn't been going out long at all. I think we started going out in September. We went on the holiday in December.
No, I do sometimes that works. So.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good excuse for a holiday to me.
Well, yes, it was not the great weather we were hoping for, but
no.
I saw the pyramids.
Well, there you go. That's the highlight, obviously, literally.
Literally. What was your worst ever date?
When I went on a blind date, between husbands, I went on a few blind dates, and
is this friend setting you up?
No, it's just one of those
online.
out of the local paper.
Oh, those are the days.
And I met him in a pub in Footscray, I think. And as soon as he walked in, I wanted to walk out the other door, but I was I was polite to him and everything, and I just sort of said, well, I think I've got to go now. I've got to go because my friend's looking after my children. Because we got this arrangement as well that don't you stay longer than you have to, and you have to phone me as my friend, because she was worried about me as well. But that was a no. But you learn. Tell a story about an exercise mishap.
Apart from the swimming one I've already said today.
Yeah.
I think I trapped a finger in weights once. You know, when you used to have to move the peg to either pull up more or less. Yeah. I think I did that once.
Chair fit one, wouldn't we? Your leggings.
Oh, yes!
I didn't see
Well, you weren't sitting opposite me, were you?
No.
Yeah, I did a whole chair fit lesson, which involves opening and closing your legs quite often.
Yeah.
With my gusset gone. More than gusset, it was halfway down my leg.
Thank God you were wearing knickers.
I'd forgotten that. That was a good one. Don't wear old leggings. That's the answer to that. Tell a story about a strange daily ritual that you or someone you know has.
There's probably people out there that think I'm strange with things I do and worry about doing every day.
That's what I was thinking of. You're obsessed with making your bed before you leave the house.
Yeah, but that's not a strange thing, is it?
I think it's strange in that you worry so much about it.
Yeah.
Again,
Maybe.
I haven't made my bed for about a week.
Oh my God, don't tell me.
I've deferred it.
Oh, I suppose one of the strangest things, but to me, if I do it, you know, like you get this, you're like a robot in the morning, you do the same things. I get up, sit on the side of the bed, unplug my phone, plug in my earbuds, then depending on what I'm wearing to bed, I'll just put some knickers on, so I'm not sitting around with no knickers on when I get up. Then I get my dressing gown. Oh no, first thing I do is pick the cushions up off the floor, put them on the end of the bed, open the curtains, then put my dressing gown on, and while I'm
Hang on a minute, you open the curtains in just your knickers, and then you put your dressing gown on.
Well, no one sees at the back anyway, even if I was naked. There's no one overlooking, so that's not a problem. And if it was, good luck to them. And then while I go to get my dressing gown, any clothes or underwear that I've taken off the night before, I kick it towards the bedroom door, so that when I put my dressing gown on, I go out the door, then kick it to the bathroom and put it in the basket. So that's my little ritual.
You're a knicker kicker.
Yeah. So, and every time I do it, I think I do this every day. And then I come downstairs. Usually obviously go to the toilet, come downstairs, go in the front room, put my phone on the coffee table, then I go and make my coffee. Every day, same routine.
That is very ritualistic, isn't it?
And it's almost like I have to do it because I might forget something.
Yes.
Like at our age.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm a knicker kicker.
Yeah, I'm a knicker kicker. Tell a story about what you wanted to be when you were younger.
Okay. I think up until I was 15, 16, I was going to be a teacher. I wanted to be a teacher.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can imagine you doing that, actually. What do you think you would teach?
I think I imagined primary school children at the time.
So it's usually a bit of a mixture then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mixture. Or it would have been, if I was older, it would have been English. English literature and not English language. And then I discovered sociology. And that's what I did at uni. And then I was going to be a social worker. Yeah. So I didn't drift that far from that, did I?
No, not really.
In public housing. It wasn't a big move. But
No.
yeah, I was going to be a teacher. Have you ever been stung by a bee?
No, hornet.
A hornet here in France?
Yep.
Oh, vicious
On
bastards.
the arch of my foot. It hurt.
I was here then, wasn't I?
Yes, I think so. It happened during Carol's French lesson in her greenhouse. Yeah.
Nasty.
Bloody hurt for hours. If you could commit one crime without being caught, what would it be?
Isn't this where last time you said about murdering Boris Johnson?
Yeah.
And then we thought we should really cut
We
that.
shouldn't, yeah.
What if he got murdered the next day?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you can say that now because he didn't.
No.
I think it would have to be a bank robbery.
Yeah?
Yeah. Have you seen the film Jumper?
Yes.
Where he can literally...
Oh,
in
yeah,
time.
that would be great, wouldn't it?
It would.
So no one would ever see you.
No. And he breaks into a bank, doesn't he? And he's only a young kid and he fills up his pillowcases with as much money as he can. Yeah.
Yes, that would be quite handy, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Tell a story about an unknown fact about yourself. Is there anything we haven't told
Well, that's
everybody?
the trouble. I'm on videos all the time. People know everything about me now. Some people would say I'm stupid for doing that. No, I'm obviously careful with what I divulge. I'm desperately trying to find something I haven't revealed already, really.
I know, we do say a lot, don't we?
Yeah. All I can think of at the moment is that I think I'm a descendant of, if anybody knows, the Shipham paste.
Yes, fish
Yes,
paste.
They're descendants of mine.
Really?
I don't think I'll ever going to get their millions, but because I'm
You'll-
not sure how far along it goes.
You
But
should
yeah, there
look-
are.
You should look into your ancestry.
Yeah,
Could be sitting on a fortune.
and the other side of it is I'm a descendant somewhere along the line of the cricketer, Summit Fagg. Do you know the England cricketer, Summit Fagg? His name was. Yeah, he's somewhere along the
A
line.
famous cricketer.
He's in the family. Yeah.
I think if I put Fagg cricketer, I get something really weird. Arthur Fagg.
That's it, Arthur Fagg.
Wow. Played for Kent.
Mm.
I'm
What
looking
year
at
was
him.
that?
He lived 1915 to 1977.
Oh right, so it's quite late then. Yeah.
I was born in Chatham.
Because my nan was his cousin, so I don't know where that brings me in line.
Oh,
But yeah.
that's interesting, isn't it? Arthur Fagg. There you go. Played for Kent and England.
There you go.
Oh, and became an umpire after retiring as a player.
Right, this is one to end up on for you. What's your favourite knock-knock joke?
The only one I can think of is Knock Knock.
Who's there?
Doctor.
Doctor Who?
Um,
You've got one left to read me.
you're like,
I only heard it a few million times.
tell a story about the best concert you've ever been to. We've discussed before that you were never
haven't-
much of a
no, I
concert
haven't been to many, but I
achiever.
do-
No, attender.
I haven't been to many, but I do remember going to a concert in my teens, and you know, I cannot remember if it was David Essex or the Bay City Rollers. One of those two.
Big thing at the time.
Oh God, yeah.
Where did you see them?
Lewisham.
Lewisham.
Is that cinema, theatre, or whatever is still there?
No,
Well, that's the end of another question.
that was quite
Podcast.
epic, wasn't it? I wonder how many of those will make it through, because we ummed and ahed an awful lot today.
We've answered a lot here, so I probably won't keep them all in, but if I think it will amuse you, I will. Or if I think you may just be nosy enough to want to know, I will keep it in.
Yes.
Otherwise, we will be here same time next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.